Now, so far in NHL 25, I've created a lot of teams. Like, I think so far I've created 25 plus teams. And whenever I create a team, they always start off with 0 overall players. They never have any NHL players. They only have 0 overall players. Well, it's time for some of the current NHL teams to experience that. All of the NHL teams you see on this board right here are going to be full of 0 overall players, except for one player. Each team is going to be represented by their best forward or best defenseman, and we're going to figure out who's going to be the last team standing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and spin our first wheel. Now, like always, we have to spin our attacking team wheel to figure out who's going to be on the attack first, and it looks like that's going to be the LA Kings. And who are the LA Kings going to be represented by? Well, either Anze Kopitar or Drew Doughty. Whoever's the highest overall between those two players. Now, we know that the LA Kings are going to be our attacking team, but we got to figure out who's going to be the defending team. It's the Buffalo Sabres. And I already know who's representing the Buffalo Sabres. It's going to be Rasmus Dahlin. So as you can see right here, we have a 0 overall team. And Anze Kopitar, I'm going to add you to this 0 overall team. The attacking team is going to be known as the Charlotte Crusaders. Now, when it comes to our defending team, that's going to be represented by the Montana Grizzlies. And Rasmus Dahlin is going to be joining the team. So it's 92 overall Rasmus Dahlin taking on 89 overall Anze Kopitar. So here we go. It's time for our first matchup. The Crusaders taking on the Grizzlies. In the first period, I assume we're going to see some goal scoring, and it looks like Anze Kopitar is going to be picking up the lone goal. Moving into the second period, it's a scoreless one. I am very surprised that we're not seeing any scoring. Like, I've done a test run through this, and in the 2 or 3 tests I did, the average amount of goals scored in the game was like 9. These teams just scored like crazy, and that's not really happening in this matchup. Anze Kopitar has been able to get on the board. Rasmus Dahlin has done absolutely nothing. There is no way Rasmus Dahlin doesn't pick up a goal against a 0 overall goaltender. And you know what? That might happen. Anze Kopitar is picking up his second goal of the game, and I do want to mention, Rasmus Dahlin is playing first line minutes. He is playing first line forward minutes on the Grizzlies, so there should be no reason he's not scoring goals here, but the Crusaders are going to be taking down the Grizzlies. I need to know what Rasmus Dahlin did. Bro took 9 shots in this game, but couldn't find the back of the net once. He was just unable to score a goal. That's incredibly unfortunate. Meanwhile, when it comes to Kopitar, he took 9 shots as well, except he was able to bury 2 of those shots. So it looks like the Crusaders are going to be taking down the Grizzlies, and that means the LA Kings are taking down the Buffalo Sabres. Why am I not surprised Buffalo's falling early in the video? Now, why am I not surprised that in our very first matchup, the Buffalo Sabres are going to be losing? Like, this team just refuses to do anything in any challenge video I've ever done on my channel. Buffalo always finds a way to mess it up. But the Buffalo Sabres are going to be our first team eliminated, and because of that victory from LA, I think they deserve a new player. Now, yes, Anze Kopitar showed up in the big time moments, and he was a great player for the LA Kings, but at the end of the day, Rasmus Dahlin is 3 overalls higher. So moving forward, Rasmus Dahlin is going to be representing the LA Kings. He's now the highest overall on the team. So our first matchup's in the books, and we have an idea of how this video is going to go. The Vegas Golden Knights are going to be our next attacking team, and of course, Jack Eichel is going to be representing them. Now, Jack Eichel is certainly one player I wouldn't want to be taking on because he's a really good player, but he has to go against Robert Thomas, and y'all can't be sleeping on Robert Thomas. He's about to go to work here. Now, while I add the Crusaders and the Grizzlies into our playoff matchup here, if you haven't already, of course, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 83k subs by the end of the month, and if you're watching the content, then more than likely you're enjoying it, so you might as well be subscribed while you're enjoying the content. Now, this is another thing I noticed when I was testing out this video. It crashes quite a bit. Like, when you have that many 0 overalls on the ice and that many goals are being scored, it happens to crash. And I'm not really surprised about it. By the way, this isn't the same crash. It actually crashed a second time. It's now crashed back-to-back times. This video might take a long time, so please subscribe to the channel. I've seen this screen way too many times so far. Alright, so we were finally able to jump to a matchup. The Crusaders taking on the Grizzlies. It's the Vegas Golden Knights taking on the St. Louis Blues, also known as Jack Eichel taking on Robert Thomas. Now, I didn't mention this earlier, but technically it can happen here. Robert Thomas is scoring a big-time goal, but right before Robert Thomas scored a goal, a 0 overall player scored a goal for the Crusaders, so it's a 2-1 game for the Crusaders. Even though Jack Eichel has only scored 1 goal, sometimes the 0 overalls are able to find the back of the net. It doesn't happen often, but they still can. Jack Eichel is going to be picking up a big time third period goal. He's picking up another goal, so he's got the hat trick already. Robert Thomas, I need you to do something here. I need you to step up in these big time moments, but then again, you just don't have the team around you. But Jack Eichel doesn't have the team around him, and he's still been able to pick up a hat trick, and I think he's going to win this game for the Crusaders, and that's exactly what's happening. So it was a great performance from Jack Eichel, and because of that, Robert Thomas is going to be switching teams. But at the end of the day, he doesn't really have to. Like Robert Thomas, you can go ahead and switch teams here, but that doesn't change anything for the Vegas Golden Knights because Jack Eichel is still the #1 guy here, and he's going to continue to represent Vegas. Now, it's only a matter of time before we're going to have an overtime game, and I can't wait to jump to that game because I can't wait to watch these 0 overalls go at it, and then you have 2 legit NHL players on the ice. Imagine throwing Connor McDavid into like Pee Wee hockey. That's basically what we have here. Now, considering this is basically the equivalent of McDavid and Pee Wee hockey, I am very surprised that we're not seeing more goals. The Philadelphia Flyers are going to be our next attacking team, and I believe Travis Konechny is going to be the guy representing them. So Travis Konechny, you should be the representative for the Philadelphia Flyers. When it comes to the LA Kings, though, we already know who their representative is, and it's actually a player from the Buffalo Sabres, Rasmus Dahlin. Now, Rasmus Dahlin, now that you're not representing the Buffalo Sabres, you can actually show up when it matters. You're representing the LA Kings, and LA doesn't want to be losing with you representing them. Dahlin's going to be picking up the first goal of the game in the first period. Travis Konechny, he's going to respond in the second period, so we could potentially have an overtime game here. But why is it so low scoring? I understand these guys are surrounded with 0 overall players, but we have an 89 overall and a 92 overall on the ice with 0 overall players. Rasmus Dahlin's going to be picking up a big time third period goal, but I'm expecting way more goal scoring here. Konechny's going to be responding, so we got ourselves a tie game once again. The Grizzlies aren't going to be able to capitalize on that power play, and it looks like we're finally off to overtime here. I can't wait to witness this overtime. Now, there is only one problem with overtime. After our NHL players get off the ice, it's 0 overalls playing hockey, so it's going to be incredibly painful to watch. Now, if you're wondering what it looks like when an NHL player is on the ice with a bunch of 0 overalls, this is what it is. You can tell which one is the NHL player. You can tell who Travis Konechny is. You can tell who Rasmus Dahlin is based on the way these guys are playing. The 0 overalls are so incredibly slow, and Travis Konechny might have a great opportunity here, but look at Ricky Lafleur flashing the leather. He makes big time saves in big time moments. So Rasmus Dahlin is in the offensive zone right now, and the 0 overalls are not giving him the puck. Why is this going on? The 0 overall should feed Rasmus Dahlin the puck, and he's got the puck now. Full pressure meters maxed out, and you had the puck poked away by 0 overall. You're kidding me. Rasmus Dahlin, you're out there with 0 overall players with the full pressure meter maxed out, and you're not able to score here. What am I witnessing? No, this is actually painful to watch. This is terrible to watch. Just give Rasmus Dahlin the puck and let that man go to work. That was actually almost deflected in the net. Rasmus Dahlin, what are you doing? Like, seriously, Dahlin, what are you actually doing here? It is 0 overalls on the ice, and the full pressure meter was maxed out, and bro's going for a change now. What kind of hockey did I just witness? Now, I thought we were going to witness some incredibly boring hockey, but you know what? That's not the case here. It's time for Travis Konechny to go on the power play. There's no way he doesn't score a goal. Then again, the Grizzlies couldn't capitalize when they had the full pressure meter maxed out, so who really knows what's going to happen? Also, Travis Konechny's not even on the ice right now. They have 0 overalls on the ice over him. Ain't no way. So Travis Konechny is finally on the ice here, and for some reason he's passing the puck around. Do not pass the puck. Just take shots yourself. Darius is really scoring the winner. Ain't no way Darius is scoring the OT winner when Travis Konechny was on the ice. We had an NHL player on the ice with Pee Wee hockey players basically, and instead of Travis Konechny, the NHL player, scoring the winner, it's going to be one of the Pee Wee hockey players. You're kidding me. Darius is picking up a big time goal here. Travis Konechny, I don't know what you were doing out there, but you were doing a whole lot of nothing. Now, this is going to be a stick on the ice executive decision here. But Rasmus Dahlin, you originally came from the Buffalo Sabres. Anze Kopitar, you're originally from the LA Kings. Even though Travis Konechny beat Rasmus Dahlin, we are going to take a player from the original team. So Anze Kopitar, you're actually going to be switching teams here, and now you're going to be representing the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, why am I passing up on 92 overall Rasmus Dahlin? Number one, he's not originally from the LA Kings. Now, the second reason I'm doing this, Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid is the highest overall player in the league at a 97 overall. So because McDavid is the highest overall player, he is guaranteed to get into the final. And alongside Connor McDavid, I'm pretty sure that Nathan MacKinnon is also guaranteed to get into the final as well, because I don't think there's any other 96 overalls in the league other than Nathan MacKinnon and Leon Draisaitl. So that would make this video completely pointless, because the only 2 players that we could actually see in the final, Nathan MacKinnon and Connor McDavid. And we don't want to just see these 2 players. We want a bit of variety. So basically, that was just a long explanation for Anze Kopitar joining the Philadelphia Flyers. So LA was able to eliminate the Buffalo Sabres, but they didn't didn't survive too long after that. Philly's going to be taking them down, and the Kings are now eliminated. Now, so far, attacking teams are 3-0. The Crusaders have won every game so far. Let's see if Alexander Ovechkin can continue that streak. Now, of course, there's still a handful of great teams for Alexander Ovechkin to take on, but who's he going to be taking on? Connor McDavid. In theory, this should be a very quick matchup. Now, in theory, this should be an absolute blowout for Connor McDavid. He's going to be picking up the first goal of the game. Moving into the second, it's a scoreless one. How are these players not scoring goals? It doesn't make sense. Like, you're telling me Alexander Ovechkin can't score against 0 overall players. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Ovi's finally going to be picking up a goal. It's going to be a power play goal for him. But you're telling me Ovi can only pick up 1 goal against a 0 overall goaltender and a 0 overall team. That makes absolutely no sense. Like, bro, stop passing the puck. We're going to be entering overtime once again in this matchup. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be heartbreaking when one of these 0 overall players on a 3-on-0 scores a goal, because that's exactly what's going to be happening. A 3-on-0. Very rarely in NHL 25 do you ever see a 3-on-0. That actually might be the first 3-on-0 I've ever seen, because it just doesn't happen. You don't see 3-on-0s in NHL 25, but you might have just saw your first one, and DVS is going to be picking up the goal. No, it was really a 3-on-0 there, and everyone crashed the net. They did not space themselves up whatsoever. They basically just hugged each other until they were about 3 feet away from the net. But DVS is going to be scoring the winner here, and it looks like Connor McDavid's going to be winning on a Mickey Mouse goal from one of the 0 overalls. So a defending team has finally won here, and the Edmonton Oilers are going to be claiming Alexander Ovechkin, but that changes absolutely nothing. Connor McDavid's still the guy, and he'll always be the guy. Now, I'm just disappointed that we have a 0 overall player ending the game right there. Like Connor McDavid, I want to see you go coast to coast, dance through absolutely everybody, and then go for a one-handed tuck. But instead, we had DVS scoring the goal. Detroit Velvet Smooth stepping up when it mattered most. Hey, that's what he's known for. So Connor McDavid, it might have been a Mickey Mouse win, but a win is a win around here, so we got to move on. The Ottawa Senators are going to be our next attacking team, and I believe that's represented by Brady Tkachuk or Tim Stützle. One of the two. So I'm not 100% sure who's going to be representing the Ottawa Senators, but I might with this next team, the Philadelphia Flyers. We're going to go with Travis Konechny, even though him and Anze Kopitar are the same overall. Travis Konechny, you are originally from the Philadelphia Flyers, so I think it makes the most sense to go with you. So let's just go double check with the Ottawa Senators here. Like, I want to make sure I know exactly who I'm going to be bringing to the team. It is either Tim Stützle or Brady Tkachuk. I don't think you go wrong with either player here, but we're going to go with Brady Tkachuk because I'm assuming his shoot pass bias is more towards shoot, and we need shooters out here. Playmakers such as Tim Stützle doesn't really make the most sense in a video like this, because what's he going to do? Pass to a 0 overall player? No, we need guys taking shots, and Brady Tkachuk, shoot or shoot. Now, I lied to you. Travis Konechny, I'm actually not going to bring you to the team. We're going to go with Anze Kopitar instead. And the reason we're going with Kopitar, he's just better defensively. And I feel like in a video like this, you want somebody who's a bit better defensively. Offensively, I think they're the exact same. Their shooting stats are pretty similar. I mean, I don't really think there's a wrong decision here. Now, the Philadelphia Flyers have already been involved in a matchup, and so is Anze Kopitar. Brady Tkachuk, this is your first time playing with 0 overall players. I guess we're going to see how successful it is for you. Big Les is scoring the first goal of the game. 1 minute and 51 seconds into the game. That's a big Les goal right there. Anze Kopitar is going to be picking up one in the second period. But look at the Crusaders taking over, and look at Brady Tkachuk. 3 goals in the second period. Big Les is picking up a goal for the Crusaders as well. Kopitar might be picking up a goal in the second period, but the Crusaders still have themselves a 1-goal lead and make that a 2-goal lead. Brady Tkachuk, another goal. What is that? 5 goals for Brady Tkachuk. This is the scoring I've been looking for. I've been looking for ridiculous scoring like this, and we're finally getting it. Ern Marks is picking up a goal. Shout out to Ern. Mike Nolan's picking up a big-time goal. Kopitar, you're a fraud. There are 0 overalls outscoring you right now. You're doing absolutely nothing. Brady Tkachuk put on an absolute masterclass in this one. What was that? 5 goals for Brady Tkachuk. He stepped up in the big time moments, and he led the Crusaders to victory. Now, Kopitar, it's not like you had a bad game. Like, you had 2 goals and 1 assist for 3 points, but there was just way too many 0 overalls on your team scoring goals. Like, I need you to be scoring goals out here. Like, look at Brady Tkachuk. 5 goals on 11 shots. Bro wasn't afraid to shoot the puck whatsoever. Now, Travis Konechny, you are going to switch teams here, and you are the same overall as Tim Stützle and Brady Tkachuk. But when it comes to the Ottawa Senators in the future, Brady Tkachuk is the clear number 1 guy. 5 goals in that last game. That was the most goals we've seen from a player so far. Brady Tkachuk, you're the number 1 moving forward until something changes. Like you guys bringing Nathan McKinnon to the team. Now, Philly, you tried your best there. You threw out Kopitar because you thought that was the best option, but it wasn't. because Brady Tkachuk scoring 5 goals and he's eliminating you guys. That's a tough break for you, but what can I say? In the big time moments, the big time players showed up. So we're 5 teams down, a handful of teams to go, so let's not get ahead of ourselves here. The Islanders are going to be our next attacking team, and Matt Barzal is going to be representing them. Now, Matt Barzal might not be the highest rated player in the world, but I think he can hold his own with the Columbus Blue Jackets and Zach Werenski. Then again, Zach Werenski is great defensively, and that certainly goes against the Islanders. Now, I'm a fool here. I'm a very big fool. Sorokin, obviously you can't be our guy. You're 90 overall goaltenders. Goaltenders aren't allowed in this video. Matt Barzal, you are an 87 overall. Noah Dobson's actually the guy we're adding to the team. 88 overall, Noah Dobson. I've been led astray. I thought Matt Barzal was the highest overall, but it's actually Noah Dobson. So we have 2 defensemen facing off here. You're assuming it's going to be a big defensive masterclass. That is not the case. I can guarantee we see the most amount of goals in this game right here between 2 defensemen. It would only make the most sense. In saying that, we have a scoreless second period. Y'all just are making me eat my words, apparently. Zach Werenski's picking up a third period goal, and that's going to allow him to get the hat trick in this one. He's also going to be picking up a shorthanded goal. Zach Werenski has done absolutely everything in this game. He has 4 goals on the game, and I don't think Noah Dobson's going to make the comeback in this one. Zach Werenski, a 5-goal performance. Noah Dobson couldn't do anything compared to him. I also just want to point this out. Now you might have thought, oh, Zach Werenski took significantly more shots. Nope, he just scored on 50% of the shots he took. When it comes to Noah Dobson, he only scored on 25% of the shots he took. That's a big difference right there. Noah Dobson might have taken 2 shots less, but he was only able to pick up 2 goals. So even at that pace, if Noah Dobson took 10 shots, it still wouldn't have been enough. Now Noah Dobson, you are going to switch teams here, but it doesn't really mean anything. Zach Werenski continues to be the highest overall, and he's still going to be representing Columbus. So another team is going to be eliminated in the Islanders. Let's figure out who's attacking next. No, like that was kind of a boring matchup, I'm not going to lie. It was an easy win for the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Islanders didn't really put up too much of a fight, and then when it came to swapping players, the Islanders didn't really have anything that Columbus needed. They already had Zach Werenski. No, Dobson's not going to be good enough. Edmonton, on the other hand, there's a lot at stake here. Like, this is a challenge that the Edmonton Oilers could easily win just because of Connor McDavid. Can they beat the Vancouver Canucks and Quinn Hughes, though? I can't guarantee that, because Quinn Hughes is going to be playing some elite defense, and this is probably going to be one of McDavid's toughest tasks. Now, McDavid, this actually isn't going to be an easy win for you, because Quinn Hughes is a 96 overall, and his defensive awareness is probably pretty high. In the first period, McDavid went scoreless. I did not just see that. Ain't no way this man is going scoreless right now. It's a 2-goal game entering the third period. Connor McDavid, you are playing with Pee-wee hockey players, and you're telling me you have 1 goal through 40 minutes. Ain't no way. This is over. It's all over. This game is over. McDavid, you are a fraud. You got outscored by 0 overall players. There is no way. How many points did this man have? McDavid, how many points did you finish with? You had 1 goal. It might be possible for a 0 overall player to have outscored McDavid. As long as somebody on Montana, other than Quinn Hughes, had 2 points, they outscored McDavid. You got outscored by Mordecai, and you got outscored by Trevor Corey. That might be the funniest thing I've seen so far in an NHL 25 video, or maybe any of the videos I've recorded so far on my channel. Connor McDavid got outscored by Mordecai and Trevor Corey. Like, I've met cats and dogs smarter than Trevor Corey here, and he outscored you. Nah, ain't no way. Nah, like, really? I don't know if Vancouver deserves McDavid. I think Quinn Hughes should be playing over McDavid after what we just witnessed, because this man, who is a 97 overall, the best player in the NHL, couldn't score in a 0 overall goaltender. I mean, he did score once, but he only scored once. That's wild. No, like, that is actually one of the wildest things I've seen. McDavid got locked down by 0 overall players. Like, that just didn't happen. Like, there's just no way McDavid only scored 1 goal in that matchup. He's going against 0 overall players. McKinnon, it's time for you to prove that you're better than McDavid. Scored 2 goals. Now, if we really base it on the best player is the guy that scores the most goals, then Brady Tkachuk and Zach Werenski are tied for the best player in the NHL. That's where we're at right now. And Brady Tkachuk, you're going to have to live up to the hype here. You got McKinnon to take on. So Nathan McKinnon, you're a great goal scorer, and I can only expect you're going to score some goals in this game. Brady Tkachuk, you're also known for scoring goals. Brady Tkachuk's picking up a shorthanded goal, but Nathan McKinnon will respond the first period. So is Earn Marks. He's going to be picking up a big time goal. In the second, Brady Tkachuk and Nathan McKinnon are exchanging goals. Both of these guys are 1 goal away from a hat trick, and I'm assuming they're both going to pick one up. But Kaz Kalinkas tying this game up. Out of all players, Nathan McKinnon's finally getting the hat trick, and he's going to pick up his 4th goal. But Kaz Kalinkas, of all players, is tying this game up, or at least he did tie this game up. Now Brady Tkachuk's making it a 1-goal game. This is a high-scoring third period for sure. So the Crusaders got themselves a long power play here, but Brady Tkachuk is going to be tying this game up. We're off to overtime in this one. Brady Tkachuk has 4 goals. Nathan McKinnon has 4 goals. one of these guys is more than likely going to be picking up 5, or a 0 overall player is going to score, and we don't want that to happen. No, like seriously, McKinnon, Brady, just take it end to end. I want to see some elite goal. I don't want to see some 0 overall player putting it into the wide open net. Bro, what I just witnessed, ain't no way Mordecai is scoring that goal. Out of all goals, a short-handed goal from Mordecai is going to be the difference here. Nathan MacKinnon is now going to be joining the Ottawa Senators. Brady Tkachuk, you did what you had to. You won this game. Now Ottawa gets an upgrade with Nathan MacKinnon, but there is just no way that Mordecai is scoring that goal. Like, Mordecai's bringing this in, and there is about 900 people within a 3-foot radius. He gets the wrist shot off, gets it between 2 defenders, but look at Ricky Lafleur's effort on the glove save here. Buddy just closed his glove. He did not move it one bit. His glove did not move 1 inch away from his hip. All he did was close his glove. Like, buddy, you're not making that save. Now, I'm not going to lie. I just assumed we were going to have a Nathan MacKinnon, Connor McDavid final. But you know what? That might not be the case here. Nathan MacKinnon's now joined the Ottawa Senators. And unless the Senators make it to the final and the Vancouver Canucks make it to the final, we're not going to see this matchup. Now, we've certainly had our fair share of surprises in this one. The Colorado Avalanche falling, the Edmonton Oilers falling, the Ottawa Senators being an absolutely dominant force here. There's a lot of surprises, to say the least. Now, attacking teams are on a little bit of a losing streak. This team's looking to change that, and that team is the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, Zach Werenski's been able to pick up 1 win for his team, but can he get a second win here? With him taking on the Calgary Flames, there's a good possibility of that. Now, similar to the last matchup that we saw Zach Werenski in, it's going to be an all-defensive masterclass here. Rasmus Anderson taking on Zach Werenski. So it's going to be a defensive masterclass, which is also an offensive masterclass because it's only 0 overall players besides 2 NHL players. Rasmus Anderson's going to get the goal scoring started in the first period. He's also going to get the goal scoring started in the second period, as he's picked up the 2 lone goals in this one. I'm sorry, but Zach Werenski, ain't no way you get shut out, right? Now, I'm pretty confident to say this game is over, but Zach Werenski, there's just no way you get shut out. 0 overall Ricky Lafleur is not recording a shutout here. That just can't happen, but it's about to happen. Ricky Lafleur did that. Rasmus Anderson got a hat trick. What did I just witness? No, Rasmus Anderson showed to you, but showed to our man Ricky Lafleur picking up the shutout in this game. Bro's really 1 of 1. Nobody else could have done this. Also, I'm very curious to see what Zach Werenski even did here. He took 6 shots. 6 shots is not enough. Now, Zach Werenski, although you weren't able to pick up a goal against a 0 overall goaltender, just want to point that out. He was a 0 overall goaltender. You're going to be switching teams, and you're now representing the Calgary Flames because you're technically the highest overall on the team. If you were tied in overall with Rasmus Anderson, I would have went with Rasmus Anderson, but your 2 overall is higher. Therefore, you should be able to score on a 0 overall goaltender. Now, I really didn't think it'd be possible to get shut out, but apparently it is. Zach Werenski, you couldn't score on 0 overall Ricky Lafleur. Like, what do you have to say for yourself? Okay, but seriously, why are all the attacking teams losing all of a sudden? Like, we haven't seen an attacking team win in a very long time. Utah? Let's see if you can change that. Like, as of right now, if you're the defending team, you have like a 95% chance of winning. Utah, it's going to be very tough for you to change that trend, considering you have to take on Kirill Kaprizov in the Minnesota Wild. That's not going to be easy whatsoever. Now, I actually didn't mention who the representative for the Utah Hockey Club is, but I'm pretty sure it's Clayton Keller. And it is Clayton Keller. So yeah, I just had to confirm that. Now, Clayton Keller, I think you're going to have your hands full. Kirill Kaprizov is here to score goals. He's picked up 2 in the first period. He's picking up another 3 in the second. Kirill Kaprizov's looking to score 10 goals in this one. He's not going to score quite 10, but he is going to score a double hat trick. Like, bro picked up 6 goals in this game. Minnesota's one team you can't sleep on just because of Kirill Kaprizov. Oh no, this is wild. Clayton Keller, how'd you get outscored by Mordecai? Mordecai is the GOAT. If you have made it this far in the video, comment Mordecai, because apparently he is just the greatest of all time. He outscored McDavid. He outscored Clayton Keller. He is a 0 overall, but he doesn't play like that. Also, Kirill Kaprizov took 14 shots. Yeah, that man is going to find the back of the net. But yeah, shout out to Mordecai. What a legend. Now, you know what? We can't even blame the attacking team this time. Kirill Kaprizov was bound to win that matchup because he was looking to score. On every shot he took, he was looking to find the back of the net. Clayton Keller, even though you were the highest overall, maybe you weren't the best option. We probably should have gone with Dylan Guenther. He's 1 overall lower. Then again, I just feel like Dylan Guenther doesn't really score well in the simulation. I don't know what it is. Even though he's a sniper, I've never had a lot of success with him. There's also a very high chance the reason Dylan Guenther doesn't see success on my teams is NHL 25 hates me. I think there's a better chance of NHL 25 hating me than the simulation just not liking Dylan Guenther. And I think we can all agree on that. So defending teams have been on an absolute heater, so we're going to need an elite attacking team, and that's what the Rangers are. Now, our Tampa Panarin's going to be absolutely locked into this matchup. Like, he wants to beat the defending team, and Zach Werenski, you better be prepared for Panarin's offense. Now, Artemi Panarin, you are 5 overalls higher than Zach Werenski, so I think you should have the upper hand here, but I shouldn't say that because we've seen a lot of crazy things happen. Artemi Panarin scored a hat trick in 4 minutes. Alright, this game is likely over unless Zach Werenski does something ridiculous in the third period. I think Artemi Panarin's got this one. It's Mordecai. It's always Mordecai picking up these big time goals. Shout out to the goated Mordecai. Nah, bro's really him. The Crusaders are going to be winning this one. But shout out to Artemi Panarin's 50% shooting percentage. Bro is locked in, and Mordecai's 100%, 1 goal on 1 shot, only played 12 minutes. Nah, bro might be a 99 overall. Now, Artemi Panarin, you might have had a hat trick in that game, but you know what? Mordecai's the real hero. A 100% shooting percentage, 1 goal on 1 shot. Bro's him. So Artemi Panarin, you showed up big time when your team needed you. You're going to be taking down the Calgary Flames. But at the end of the day, Mordecai's the real MVP, and we all know it. Now, the Rangers were able to flip the script, and attacking team finally won. The Minnesota Wild are looking to continue that trend. Like, I don't care who the Minnesota Wild are taking on here, they're the heavy favorite. They have Florida. Florida has some great players. One of those players being Barkov, and that's who's going to be representing Florida. But I still don't think he's going to score enough goals because Kirill Kaprizov will find the back of the net. Now we got ourselves a great matchup here. Kirill Kaprizov taking on Barkov. I think Barkov. Oh yeah, this game is over. Yep. Nope. This one is over. Kirill. Hold on. Wait a minute. I was about to say Kirill Kaprizov absolutely dominated, but we have overtime in this matchup. Barkov just made the greatest comeback of all time. 5 unanswered goals from him alone. We have only seen our NHL players scoring goals. Kirill Kaprizov has a double hat trick. Barkov has a double hat trick, including 5 unanswered. What just happened? We got overtime in this matchup. This is the greatest game we've ever seen. Like, I was really just about to simulate the entire game. Like, I thought this game was over. Kirill Kaprizov picking up 4 goals in the first period. There's no way Barkov makes a comeback, and then he did. And the most annoying part about this game is going to be settled by a 0 overall player, and we all know it. So it looks like the Grizzlies are going to be going on the power play unless they score right there, which they will. I don't know how I feel about this. The Grizzlies win this game. Kirill Kaprizov is eliminated. I feel like we should replay this game. Like, both of these guys scored 6 goals each, and it's decided by a 0 overall. You know what? It's the way she goes. I'm not happy with this result. Not happy in the slightest here. But technically, the Grizzlies did win this game. They scored 6 unanswered. 5 of them came from Barkov himself. He allowed them to get back into this game. So if a 0 overall player wants to end it, I guess a 0 overall player can end it. Because truthfully, the Grizzlies should have been eliminated. Like, at one point, it was a 6-1 lead for the Crusaders. Every goal coming from Kaprizov. Like, I just need to point this out. Kirill Kaprizov, 6 goals on 8 shots. He shot 75%. That is wild. When it comes to Barkov, he nearly doubled Kaprizov's shots. He was able to pick up 6 goals, but he took 15 shots. His shooting percentage was 40%. Barkov was really shooting the puck there. Like, he didn't care how much space he had. He's taking that shot no matter what. Now, I thought that was a guaranteed win for the Minnesota Wild. Like, Kirill Kaprizov, an amazing sniper. You know he's going to shoot the puck. But now he's going to be joining the Florida Panthers. But he's not going to represent Florida because Barkov deserves to represent this team. 5 unanswered goals from him alone. Yeah, he's Florida's representative for the rest of this video. I don't care if they get a player better than him. Barkov is the guy. No, like Florida, that might have been the greatest victory of all time. We've seen a lot of incredible wins in this video, but that was by far the best. 5 unanswered from Barkov alone. Nah, him and Kaprizov really showed out in that one. Now moving forward, that's the standard. That last game we just witnessed is the standard. Barkov, it's time for you to do it again. Like, now that we all know what you're capable of, you have to perform like that every matchup. It's Barkov versus Panarin, another matchup that's going to feature 2 incredible players. So anything less than 6 goals from Barkov is an incredibly disappointing game now. He's picking up 1 in the first period, but Panarin's going to be picking up 2. Moving into the second period, this is all Montana. Panarin's got the hat trick so far. Paperboy's picking up a goal. Big Les is picking up a goal. Mike Nolan's picking up 1 for the Crusaders. But I think this game is over unless Barkov completes the greatest comeback of all time once again. But you know what? It's not going to happen. Panarin's picking up a shorthanded goal. This game's over. Panarin's picking up another goal in the third period. This game is all Panarin. And you know what, Barkov? You folded. I put faith in you, and you didn't show up when it mattered. Like, based on that last game, I thought Barkov was the guy. Panarin, 6 goals on 10 shots. That means his shooting percentage was 60%. And then when it comes to Barkov, he only took 4 shots. This man went from taking 15 shots in our last matchup to 4. Maybe I should have went with Kaprizov, but you know what? I trusted him. I trusted bro to win this game, and he didn't do that. Now, we definitely learned something here. Barkov, you're going to be switching teams. So that means you have 295 overalls, and we can choose between these 295 overalls. Panarin will be the representative moving forward, and we're not even considering another option. Now, Florida fans, that's tough. Like, that's incredibly tough right there. You go from Barkov scoring 5 unanswered goals to taking 4 shots. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. Now, you know what? Moving forward, there's no such thing as a favorite. Any team can win any of these matchups. Roman Josi, let's see what you can do in this next one. Like, every time I say this player's the favorite, or this team's the favorite, or this guy's going to outplay this guy, it just doesn't work out. There is no favorites. I am not biased moving forward. Now, at first glance, you probably thought we had Roman Josi taking on Brady Tkachuk, but we have to remember, Nathan MacKinnon's now on the Ottawa Senators, so we have Roman Josi taking on Nathan MacKinnon. So once again, we're going to have 2 amazing players going head to head, 1 great defenseman and 1 great forward. Nathan MacKinnon's going to be picking up the first 2 goals of the game, but Roman Josi will respond. In the second period, Nathan MacKinnon's going to complete the hat trick. He's given the Grizzlies a 2-goal lead entering the third period. Roman Josi, I know you're not known for scoring goals, but it's time for you to score some. And you know what? I'm starting to think that's just not going to happen here. Nathan MacKinnon's picking up his 4th goal of the game. Roman Josi just can't find the back of the net, and this game's over just like that. Nathan MacKinnon's 4 goals is more than enough, and Roman Josi's going to be falling alongside the Nashville Predators. Now, the Ottawa Senators have been showing out in this video. That's 3 victories now for the Ottawa Senators, and we're only about halfway through the first round. Like, this team's on pace for like 7 or 8 victories. That's ridiculous. And as I just mentioned, that's the 3rd victory for the Ottawa Senators. They're going to be claiming another logo, and they're going to be taking another team down. So we're just going to keep on keeping on. We're going to figure out who our next attacking team is going to be, and that's the Winnipeg Jets, a team that we haven't seen yet. Now, from the Winnipeg Jets, I do believe that Kyle Connor is going to be the representative, and from the Chicago Blackhawks, it's going to be Connor Bedard. So in theory, the Winnipeg Jets should win this matchup, because I just can't see Connor Bedard outscoring Kyle Connor in a challenge like this. So we have 2 Connors going at it, Kyle Connor and Connor Bedard. Who is going to be the better Connor here? Well, Bedard's going to start the goal scoring off. Then he's going to extend the goal scoring moving into the second period. I don't know what it is, but Kyle Connor can't find the back of the net right now. There's no way he gets shut out, right? Like, he's not getting shut out to a 0 overall. He's picking up a shorthanded goal. There we go. Kyle Connor is finally on the board here, and he's going to be picking up another goal in the third period. It's a tie game. Lots of time left in this one. He could easily pick up a third period hat trick. Now, we're entering the final couple minutes of this game. There's still lots of time for these 2 NHL players to score, but it doesn't look like it's going to be happening here. So we got overtime in this matchup. Overtime between Kyle Connor and Connor Bedard, the Winnipeg Jets and the Chicago Blackhawks. Somebody's going to be eliminated with this next goal. Now, in a matchup like this, there's only one thing I'm asking for. Please allow an NHL player to actually score the winner. I don't want to see some 0 overall picking up the winner. It has to be an NHL player. I know Kyle Connor's still on the ice. I know Bedard's still on the ice. Where are these guys? I actually couldn't tell you because they're not standing out right now. But here goes Kyle Connor, and he's going to have himself a breakaway. Kyle Connor, a chance to end this game against Ricky Lafleur, and he's going to do that. He's going to pick up the hat trick here. He's picking up the OT winner, and he's eliminating the Chicago Blackhawks just like that. Now, the addition of Connor Bedard means nothing for the Winnipeg Jets because Kyle Connor's still going to be the highest overall, so he's going to continue to represent the team. Now, I can't say I'm surprised with the result, but I will say I am surprised it took Kyle Connor till the third period to find the back of the net. Like, Connor Bedard at one point had a 2-0 lead, but Kyle Connor's going to pick up 3 unanswered, and he's going to make the comeback. So another team has been eliminated here, so let's figure out who our next attacking team is going to be. It's going to be Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins. So Sidney Crosby's going to be looking to do some damage, but who's he doing the damage against? The Vegas Golden Knights. Now, Sidney Crosby, you can prove that you're still one of the best in the game if you're able to win this matchup right here. He's going to be picking up the first goal of the game on Ricky Lafleur. Moving into the second, Jack Eichel is going to be responding with back-to-back goals, so I think we're going to have another close game here. Now, it's not really that surprising that Sidney Crosby is going to be picking up a goal in the third period, but back-to-back goals in a 12-second span, yeah, he's still proving he's one of the greats. He's got 3 goals in this game, but so does Jack Eichel. We have a 3-3 game here, and there's still lots of time left. Linus Van Pelt is picking up a big goal here, and that might be the difference. One of the 0 overalls is scoring the difference maker, and it's Linus Van Pelt. Ain't no way. Linus has picked up a couple big goals in this video. He has an overtime winner. He has a critical goal right here, and because of that goal right there, Crosby's going to be eliminated. It's a tough luck. Now, Crosby, you are going to switch teams here and join the Vegas Golden Knights, but I actually don't think you're going to be representing Vegas because Jack Eichel's won 2 matchups for them, and I don't want to turn away from Jack Eichel. So yeah, he's going to continue to be the guy here, even though you're tied in overall with him. Now, the Pittsburgh Penguins are eliminated. Sidney Crosby switching teams, and he's joined the Vegas Golden Knights of all teams. No, that just doesn't seem right. I could see Crosby on a different team in the future, but that team just can't be Vegas. So we have 12 attacking teams left. Who's going to be the next one? The Dallas Stars, a team that could potentially be losing to Edmonton in 5 games because for some reason they can't put the puck in the back of the net. Now realistically, there's one logical reason why the Dallas Stars can't score on Stuart Skinner, and that's because he's doing witchcraft. Yep, I am fully convinced that Stuart Skinner is doing witchcraft, and that is the only reason the Dallas Stars can't score on him, because what is going on? Why is Skinner stopping literally everything now? Nah, bro is literally just the most confusing goaltender in history. We have Mikko Rantanen taking on Dylan Larkin in this next matchup. Nah, but I'm fully convinced Stuart Skinner's doing witchcraft because it makes no sense. Okay, we're 19 seconds into the game. I wasn't even able to start the intro for this matchup. Darius is already picking up a goal, but this was a high scoring first period. 7 goals were scored here, and Mikko Rantanen only scored 1 of them. Right now, Darius is outscoring him. Dylan Larkin's got himself a hat trick, but yeah, Mikko Rantanen, where are you? You have completely vanished. No, this is actually ridiculous. Darius might get a hat trick in this game. Right now, he's outscoring Mikko Rantanen. There is no way this man is about to get outscored by Darius, a 0 overall player. I just simulated the rest of the game like this one was over. Mikko Rantanen's going to pick up another goal here, but he might have got outscored. There's a very good chance Darius recorded more points. Each of them had 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points. Darius had a better shooting percentage though. I think Darius outperformed Mikko Rantanen in this game, I'm going to be honest. Mikko Rantanen, you were just outperformed by a 0 overall player. How does that even happen? But Mikko Rantanen, you are lucky enough to be 5 overalls higher than Dylan Larkin, so you're now the Detroit Red Wings representative. Although you didn't show up for the Dallas Stars whatsoever, you're going to show up for the Red Wings. Or at least that's what I hope you do. Because if you don't show up for the Red Wings, I'm going to feel very guilty for you replacing Dylan Larkin, because Dylan Larkin looked pretty solid. Like, he picked up 4 goals. You picked up 2 and got outperformed by a 0 overall player on your own team. So yeah, there's levels to this. So another team's been eliminated, and that's going to be the Dallas Stars. But Mikko Rantanen's not eliminated because he's going to be switching teams. We're going to see the Vancouver Canucks in our next matchup. It's not going to be Quinn Hughes representing the team because we have to go with Connor McDavid. Now moving forward, McDavid needs to win out with the Vancouver Canucks. Like, if the Vancouver Canucks lose at any point, McDavid's done. They're going to be taking on the New Jersey Devils. We could have got an all Hughes matchup with Jack taking on Quinn, but instead we got McDavid taking on Jack Hughes. Now McDavid, you've already lost to 1 Hughes brother. You can't be losing to 2 Hughes brothers now. Okay, Jack's picking up the first goal of the game. McDavid's picking up the second. But how is this a tie game right now? McDavid's going to be making this a 1-goal game, but there's not enough scoring in this one. You have Connor McDavid and Jack Hughes on the ice with 0 overall players, and you're telling me these guys can't score? That doesn't make any sense. Like, both of these teams have had some long power plays in the third period, but neither of them have been able to capitalize, and I don't know why. Jack Hughes is picking up a goal with 2 minutes left, so we're likely off to overtime in this one. McDavid, are you going to be losing to Jack, or are you finally going to take down a Hughes brother? Alright, I'm a little bit confused right now. McDavid supposedly is on the #1 power play, but he's not on the ice right now. I don't know where bro is, but when they have a man advantage, he's not on the ice. Earn's going to be scoring the OT winner here. McDavid's going to be surviving as he's jumping over the bench. Even though he's on the #1 power play, he just wasn't on the ice. Now McDavid, yes, you did technically beat a Hughes brother, but you needed a 0 overall to save the day. You needed Earn to pick up the big time goal when it mattered most, because for some reason you were big dog chilling on the bench. Not really too sure why, but it is what it is. So McDavid once again needed a 0 overall player to bail him out. Yeah, I don't know how McDavid's been outperformed by 0 overalls multiple times now. It just doesn't make sense. Like, we're talking about 97 overall Connor McDavid, the best player in the game, and 0 overall players are outperforming him. Sebastian Aho, you're going to be the Carolina Hurricanes representative. You better not get outperformed by a 0 overall. Like, I was unaware that 0 overall players are apparently the greatest of all time. I just didn't know this. The New York Rangers are going to be on the attack once again, and Artemi Panarin's ready to get into another matchup. So Artemi Panarin's looking for his 3rd victory, while Sebastian Aho is going to be looking for his 1st. J-Rock's going to be picking up the 1st goal for the Grizzlies, not Panarin. Where's Panarin scoring? I have no clue, but this is a tie game after 1. Moving into the 2nd. Panarin, what are you doing? What am I actually witnessing right now? There is no way that we're going to have multiple 0 overall players outshine Panarin right now. He's finally going to be picking up a goal in this one. It's going to be a power play goal in the 3rd period. But no, this is actually ridiculous. It's currently a 1-goal game for the Grizzlies, and it might be staying like that unless Sebastian Aho can pick up a quick goal here. But it looks like Panarin's going to double down. He's going to pick up another one. This was low-key a Mickey Mouse win. Like, this shouldn't have counted. We had J-Rock and Paperboy showing up in the big-time moments. A goal in the 1st period, a goal in the 2nd. Panarin's going to clean up in the 3rd. But this realistically should have been a 2-2 game. But you know what? 0 overall players found the back of the net, and we don't know. It is possible that Artemi Panarin did pick up 2 assists on those 2 goals, and I wouldn't be surprised about that, but no, he didn't. Panarin didn't pick up 2 assists on those 2 goals. That's very interesting. I really don't have too much to say about that. So Sebastian Aho is going to be switching teams. He joined the New York Rangers. That doesn't mean too much though, because Panarin's still going to be the guy here. But yeah, that was a very questionable win. So Sebastian Aho is switching teams. The Carolina Hurricanes are eliminated. The Rangers are joined the Senators as the only teams with 3 wins so far. There's still a handful of teams that haven't even been in matchups. The Ducks haven't, the Bruins haven't, the Sharks haven't, the Kraken haven't, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Toronto Maple Leafs. These teams have just been big chillin' up until now, because there's a very good chance we see one of these teams in our next matchup. And no, we aren't. We're actually getting the Detroit Red Wings, a team that's already been in a matchup. Now, it's kind of wild that there's actually so many teams left that haven't been in matchups, and the Ottawa Senators are about to be in their 4th. Ottawa has been in 4 matchups. The Toronto Maple Leafs, Tampa Bay Lightning, Seattle Kraken, San Jose Sharks, Boston Bruins, and Anaheim Ducks all combined have been in 0. Sometimes you just think it's rigged. So although we have the Red Wings and the Senators matching up, we actually have Mikko Rantanen versus Nathan MacKinnon, 2 former teammates going at it here. Rantanen and Tom Majors are picking up goals for the Crusaders, but Nathan MacKinnon's picking up 1 for the Grizzlies. Rantanen's going to be picking up a shorthanded goal in the 2nd, but Nathan MacKinnon's picked up another 2, so he's got the hat trick in this one. A tie game entering the 3rd period. This is going to be decided by 0 overall. I already know it. Okay, there's way too many goals being scored right now, but Mikko Rantanen has scored 3 straight goals. I just can't comprehend. Make that 4 straight goals. This game is over. Is he going to score 5? No, he isn't. But 4 unanswered from Mikko Rantanen, 6 in this game. That's going to be enough to take down the Ottawa Senators, and that's going to be eliminating Nathan MacKinnon because he's not switching teams anymore. So we know Nathan MacKinnon's not going to be moving on to the final, and neither is Roman Josi, but Brady Tkachuk will be switching teams, but that doesn't really mean too much because Mikko Rantanen's still going to be representing Detroit. So Mikko Rantanen's picked up some big time goals, and he picked up a lot of goals. That's eliminating the Ottawa Senators, and with that elimination, we're officially down to our final 12. Alright, we have to get a team that hasn't attacked yet. Like, there's just no way it doesn't happen. Tampa Bay's our next attacking team. It looks like we're getting a little bit of a change here with Nikita Kucherov on the move. The question is Nikita Kucherov going to be taking on another team that hasn't seen any action yet? Yes, he is, and he's going to be taking on Troy Terry. Oh boy, this has the potential to be an absolute blowout. Alright, Nikita Kucherov, I don't understand how you don't blow out this team right here. You're going to be picking up 2 goals in the 1st period. You're picking up another 2 in the 2nd, probably another 2 in the 3rd. Okay, this game was a lot closer than it probably should have been. Troy Terry definitely showed out in this one, but the Crusaders are going to be taking this one thanks to 5 Nikita Kucherov goals. Also, I feel like Nikita Kucherov's shooting percentage was very good in this game. 5 goals on 7 shots. Like, the team only took 13 or something. So yeah, he was locked in. Alright, we'll just do this really quick. Troy Terry are now on Tampa. That doesn't change anything. So it's no surprise Nikita Kucherov's going to be outperforming Troy Terry, but it was actually a closer game than I thought it would be. But at the end of the day, Kuch is still coming out on top. So we have 5 attacking teams left on the wheel. Who's going to be stepping up when it matters most? Certainly not this team. Austin Matthews, you're not doing anything. Now, I don't care what overall Austin Matthews is. I don't care who he's taking on here. It looks like he's taking on Nikita Kucherov. Kuch is taking him down. No question about it. Now, I shouldn't count Austin Matthews out here because he probably has a high shoot pass bias, heavily favored towards shots. And if you're taking a lot of shots, you probably should be able to win this matchup. But ain't no way this man has not scored a goal. You're kidding me. Is Austin Matthews going to be our first NHL player to not score a goal? That didn't happen. Austin Matthews did nothing. Big Les had more goals than him. What did this man do? He was on the team, right? Like, I gotta make sure he was out here. He did nothing. He didn't score a goal. He didn't even pick up an assist. Big Les, Tyrone, and Snoopy all outperformed Austin Matthews. You can't make this up. There is just no way in a single elimination tournament, in a 1v1 style matchup, you don't record a single stat. You are -1. Nah, you gotta blow up the core 4 because of that. Not because of the absolute blowout in game number 7, because of this right here. You did not get outperformed by Pee-wee hockey players. Now, Tampa Bay, I'm not cursing you with Austin Matthews. I'm not even putting him on your team. Nikita Kucherov is your guy. Austin Matthews, I don't even want you on their roster, because if I put you on their roster, you guys are going to be cursed and you're immediately going to lose in your next matchup. So we got ourselves 4 attacking teams left, and none of these teams have been in matchups yet. The Boston Bruins are going to be our next attacking, and of course Dave Pastrnak is going to be representing them. So although the Boston Bruins were one of the worst teams in the NHL, Dave Pastrnak's still an incredible player, but he's going to have his hands full with the Detroit Red Wings. So Mikko Rantanen against Dave Pastrnak, 2 amazing goal scorers, but who's going to score the most goals? Pass is picking up 2 to Mikko Rantanen's 1. Moving into the second period, Mikko Rantanen's picking up another 2, but so is Dave Pastrnak. Luckily, Mike Nolan is going to be picking up 1 for the Grizzlies, so we got ourselves a tie game entering the third period. We've seen some great goal scoring so far. Mikko Rantanen's got his 4th of the game on a shorthanded goal. Dave Pastrnak still has 4, but you know what? It looks like the Crusaders are going to pick up their 5th. Not from Dave Pastrnak though, from Paperboy. So Paperboy picked up a big power play goal. Is that power play goal going to be the difference here? It doesn't look like it, because Mikko Rantanen, with 3 minutes left, he's going to be picking up a goal, and that goal is going to force overtime. But no, it isn't, because with 9 seconds left, Dave Pastrnak actually forced overtime. Oh, I had this completely messed up. I thought this goal was the one that tied the game up. No, this goal is the one that tied the game up. We got overtime here. How did I get this so messed up? Now, I'm not gonna lie, we've been chilling at the sideboards for a long time now. Like, no one's been able to get the puck free, but it looks like it's free now. Darius is gonna have an opportunity, but it looks like Ern Marks is gonna be right there for the loose puck. He's gonna bury this one in the back of the net. Ricky Lafleur went for the desperation save, and that save definitely wasn't the move, and it looks like the Grizzlies are gonna be taking this one, and that means Dave Pastrnak's gonna be eliminated and switching teams. So Dave Pastrnak, you might be switching teams here, but you know what? I think we're gonna stick with Mikko Rantanen. He's won a couple games for the Red Wings. He's on a bit of a hot streak right now. I think we got to ride with him. So we're going to have ourselves another team eliminated, being the Boston Bruins, but we still have 3 teams that are left to attack. We have Montreal, we have Seattle, and we have the San Jose Sharks. Who's attacking next? It's going to be the Seattle Kraken. So we have 8 teams remaining here. The Seattle Kraken are going to be attacking, and they're going to be taking on the New York Rangers and Artemi Panarin. When it comes to the Seattle Kraken, I do believe the representative is either Vince Dunn or Brandon Montour. I think Brandon Montour is technically the highest overall, so I think we're going to go with him. I think him and Vince Dunn are tied, but at the end of the day, does it really matter? Vince Dunn or Brandon Montour, it's the same difference. So Panarin's looking for his 4th victory. Montour's going to be looking for his 1st in this matchup. Brandon Montour back-to-back goals after Panarin scored the first one. Moving into the second period, we're going to see Panarin pick up back-to-back goals, but Trevor Corey's going to be picking up a big goal to tie this game up. So we have a tie game entering the third. More than likely the next goal wins, but that's a complete and utter lie, because we have the entire third period. And I highly doubt that Paperboy's goal here is going to be the last one. Darius is going to be scoring right after him. It's still a tie game, but now Panarin's scoring. He's making this a 1-goal game. Make that a 2-goal game. I don't think Panarin's going to stop scoring. I think it's safe to simulate the rest of this one. Paperboy might have picked up a late goal, but it wasn't quite enough. So the Seattle Kraken are going to be eliminated. Brandon Montour is switching teams, but I'm not going to show you that, because Artemi Panarin is going to continue to be the number 1 option here. So the Rangers are going to be the first team, and likely the only team to claim 4 logos here. Artemi Panarin's been absolutely locked in this entire video, and I don't think he plans on stopping anytime soon. So we have 2 more attacking teams left, the Montreal Canadiens and the San Jose Sharks, and it looks like Montreal is going to be the next one. Now, if we don't land on the San Jose Sharks here, they've officially made it into the final 8, and they haven't done anything. They are in the Elite 8 and haven't had to play a single game yet. Tampa Bay is going to be taking on Montreal. Nick Suzuki is going to have his hands full with Nikita Kucherov. So Nick Suzuki, I think if you're going to beat Nikita Kucherov here, you need to score at least 7 goals. You picked up 1 in the first period, so you only have to score 6 more here. You went scoreless in the second, but luckily Corey Charver is going to be helping you out, so it's still a 1-goal game. You have to score 6 goals here. Like, just do something. Now I've come to the conclusion Nick Suzuki's actually going to do absolutely nothing. And that's exactly what he did. He went scoreless in 2 periods, but Nikita Kucherov went scoreless in the third, but he still found a way to pick up the hat trick. So we're going to quickly send Nick Suzuki over to the Tampa Bay Lightning and then move on to our Elite 8. Now we're down to our final 8 teams, but it's time for the San Jose Sharks to finally do something. They're going to be our next attacking team. Alright, now I might be completely bugging, but I think a couple minutes ago I said when I was spinning the wheel between the Montreal Canadiens and the San Jose Sharks, if the San Jose Sharks didn't attack and then didn't get selected to play Montreal, they'd be guaranteed a spot in the Elite 8. I think we were already in the Elite 8. Macklin Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks are going to be taking on Mikko Rantanen and the Detroit Red Wings. So Macklin Celebrini, you're going to have your hands full in this matchup. Mikko Rantanen's going to be looking to score. Ain't no way it's a 4-2 game and Macklin Celebrini only scored 1 goal. It is a 5-2 game and Macklin Celebrini only scored 1 goal. But then again, Mikko Rantanen only scored 1 goal. This was a 0 overall player's dream. Apparently, they were the only players that showed up in this one. Mikko Rantanen, he had 2 goals. I mean, he did what he could. I think I just said Mikko Rantanen only had 1. He actually had 2 goals. It was a 5-3 game. I'm not really paying that much attention. I gotta lock in here. Celebrini, 1 goal, 1 assist. You only took 4 shots. Paperboy took 5 shots and scored 2 goals. He was more valuable to the team than you were. How does that even happen? All we have to know is the Red Wings are officially eliminated, and that means Dylan Larkin's gonna be joining the team. So maybe Detroit should have switched over to David Pastrnak. Maybe we would have put up a bigger fight. But in saying that, it was a 0 overall player's dream. They were all overperforming like crazy. Like the fact that 87 overall Macklin Celebrini got outscored by 0 overall doesn't make any sense. But you know what had happened? Dylan Larkin, you're going to be the new top player on San Jose, and you're going to be representing them moving forward. Now, as we can all see on this board with the Detroit Red Wings elimination, there is 6 teams left. Am I somehow going to find a way to forget how many teams are left in a matter of like 2 spins? Probably, but that's beside the point. We have 6 teams remaining: the Rangers, the Sharks, the Jets, the Golden Knights, the Vancouver Canucks, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. We have 6 great teams remaining, but only one can be the last team standing. So we have 6 teams left, but only one team can be the last team standing. Vegas is ready to get on the action again, and Jack Eichel's going to be leading the charge. I mean, I guess Sidney Crosby could lead the charge as well, but you know what? Jack Eichel's been looking strong so far, but now he gets to take on McDavid, and I don't know if he's ready for McDavid. All right, we had to switch up the fit, and it's definitely because I didn't get soaked with a sprinkler about 5 minutes ago. That's neither here nor there. While there were a lot of goals scored, McDavid had 4 in the first period. He is not messing around. He is low-key messing around moving into the third. How are you losing by 1? You had 4 goals in the first period, and you're trailing entering the third? No, that's wild. Like, I'm sorry, but McDavid, you cannot go out like this. You can't go out like this to Jack Eichel after a 4-goal first period. Ain't no way. That really just happened. Jack Eichel finished this game with 4 goals, 1 assist for 5 points. He scored 4 goals on 6 shots. I'm very curious to see McDavid's numbers. 4 goals for 4 points, 8 shots, so he scored 50% of the time he shot. But all those goals came in the first period, and they didn't score again after that. That's tough. Now, as we know, we have to send one player from the Vancouver Canucks over to Vegas, and that player is going to be Quinn Hughes because we can't send McDavid over. So 96 overall Quinn Hughes is going to make another appearance in this video. He's joined the Vegas Golden Knights. So Connor McDavid is going to be eliminated. The Vancouver Canucks are eliminated, and we're now down to the final 5. Out of our final 5 teams, 4 more still have to attack here, and it looks like the next attacking team is going to be the San Jose Sharks. Now, every team remaining has at least one superstar on their team, except for the San Jose Sharks. Like, no disrespect to Dylan Larkin, but he's not Artemi Panarin. Panarin's been absolutely flying in this video. Can that continue moving into this matchup? Maybe not. Dylan Larkin's picking up the first 2 goals. Panarin and Tyrone are exchanging goals in the second. We have a big third period coming up. Can Panarin make the comeback this time? We're going to find out. And you know what? I'm starting to think he won't be able to do it. There's just not enough time on his side. Dylan Larkin's already got the hat trick in this one. Panarin's going to have to pick up some quick goals. And you know what? He's doing that. 2 more goals to tie this game up, but time is not on his side. Panarin just can't find the back of the net again here. And I think it's safe to say this one's over, but maybe not. A minute 33 left. It doesn't look like Paperboy's goal is enough here. Dylan Larkin and the San Jose Sharks are going to be winning this one, and they're going to be adding a good player to their team. Now, who exactly are the San Jose Sharks going to be adding to their team? Artemi Panarin. Panarin's going from the Rangers to the Sharks. He's in the final 4 even though he lost. Now the Rangers might be losing, but Panarin's winning. He's going to advance to the final 4 here. We have the Sharks, we have the Golden Knights, we have the Winnipeg Jets, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning. 4 teams remain. Now we might have 4 teams remaining here, but only 2 can attack, and our next attacking team is going to be the Winnipeg Jets and Kyle Connor. Now which team is Kyle Connor going to be taking on here? Well, it looks like it's going to be the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now the winner of this game is going to be advancing to our final 3, because that's how numbers work, of course. Alright, I've officially set a record. Most crashes in a 2-day span. There is no way this game has crashed as much as it has. I think this has crashed like about 55. It's out of hand. Alright, after our 3rd try, we were finally able to jump into this matchup, but who is going to be taking it? Well, Kyle Connor along with DVS and Earn Marks are picking up some big goals. Unless Kucherov can respond in the second period, I think this might be a blowout. Kucherov did score a goal, but Kyle Connor's got himself a hat trick. Kucherov's going to have to score a quick goal, and that's exactly what he's doing. So this game is still somewhat competitive. It was up until that Kyle Connor goal, and then that Kyle Connor goal, and then that Kyle Connor goal. I think he scored 6 or 7 goals in this one. That was a dominant performance from Kyle Connor. 6 goals, 1 assist for 7 points, 42% shooting percentage. You might as well round it up and call it 43. 6 goals on 14 shots. Yeah, Kucherov just couldn't compete with that. And because Kucherov couldn't compete with that, he now joins the Winnipeg Jets and is representing them moving forward. Yeah, that's how quick it can change. Kyle Kyle Connor, you looked amazing, but it's Kucherov's time now. So with Kyle Connor picking up all those big goals, the Tampa Bay Lightning are eliminated. Kucherov's going to be joining the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we're down to our final 3 teams: San Jose, Vegas, Winnipeg. Now we're going to have one attacking team and one defending team. The other team is going to be advancing to the final. San Jose, you're going to be our attacking team. So that means either Winnipeg or Vegas is going to be advancing here, and it looks like it's going to be the Vegas Golden Knights. So they've moved on to the final, and the winner between San Jose and Winnipeg's moving on. So the winner of this matchup's moving on to the final. Are we going to see Panarin or Kucherov in the final? Well, Kucherov's picking up the first 2 goals. Moving into the second period, though, Panarin's picking up 2 to Kucherov's 1, so we have a 1-goal game entering the third. We have another close finish here. This could really go either way. I'm happy to see it's only NHL players scoring. Like, this game right here doesn't need to be decided by 0 overalls. Kucherov's picking up a big time goal, and that might be the difference maker. We're going to simulate the rest of this game, and Big Les is going to be picking up the insurance goal. Luckily, that one wasn't the winner. So Nikita Kucherov and the Winnipeg Jets are advancing to the final, and they're going to be matching up against the Vegas Golden Knights and Jack Eichel. Or I guess it isn't Jack Eichel anymore. It's Quinn Hughes. We got Nikita Kucherov taking on Quinn Hughes. So it all comes down to this, the deciding game. 2 teams remain. Each of these teams have beaten 3 teams so far. Vegas beat Pittsburgh, St. Louis, Vancouver. The Jets beat Tampa Bay, Chicago, and San Jose. Clearly, the Vegas Golden Knights had a harder path, but it all comes down to one game, and one game's going to decide it. So here we go. 2 teams left. We have the Vegas Golden Knights represented by Quinn Hughes and the Winnipeg Jets represented by Nikita Kucherov. Our entire video is going to be decided right here. Quinn Hughes is going to be picking up 2 goals. Rigby's going to be picking up 1 for the Crusaders as well, but Nikita Kucherov's picking up 2. Rigby's power play goal is a 0 overalls, making the difference so far in the first period. In the second period, it's going to be a scoreless one. Rigby's goal can't decide this game. I need Kucherov to pick up a hat trick. I need Quinn Hughes to pick up a hat trick, and then I need one of those guys to score another goal. Kaz Kalinkas is going to be tying this game up. The 0 overalls can't decide this game. I'm sorry, we can't get all the way to the final and then have a 0 overall decide this game. It just can't happen. So we've entered the second half of the third period. Nikita Kucherov is picking up a big time goal, and that goal might be the difference. Is Nikita Kucherov's hat trick goal going to be the difference? Is there going to be a response? And it doesn't look like it. Nikita Kucherov's hat trick goal is going to be the difference. Quinn Hughes wouldn't be able to pick up another one, and the Winnipeg Jets are our 1v1 elimination champion, as they're going to be taking down the Vegas Golden Knights in the final. Now, what can I say? It was a hard-fought battle, but I am going to point out the elephant in the room here. I believe in one of my last videos I recorded, I said if the Winnipeg Jets keep on winning in NHL 25, I'm going to have to ban them from future videos, and in one of the next videos I record, the Winnipeg Jets win it all in a 1v1 tournament, taking down the Tampa Bay Lightning, Chicago Blackhawks, San Jose Sharks, and Vegas Golden Knights. Like, that's not a coincidence. There is no way that is a coincidence that ever since the Winnipeg Jets eliminated my St. Louis Blues in the playoffs, they have just been absolutely dominating in every video I record. That's not a coincidence. Something funny is going on here, and I'm not a fan of it.